Hey guys, I'm here with Spike, who is just about to finish up on his board and train with us. So we wanted to demonstrate some of the skills he's learned, get him some more good exposure here. There's a live band behind me. I'm not sure if you guys can hear it, but there's a crowd of people. We got a lot of things going on here, a lot of distractions. So it's a great place to demonstrate some of his skills, as well as continue to get him practice around high distractions. Really just showing him what his job is when he is out and about with his owners. And here Spike's doing a great job. Spike, heel. So something we worked on a lot with Spike is a solid heel position. That way his owners could take him on a walk without him trying to lead the way. As well as just building a lot of confidence around a lot of noise, around lots of people. That's something with Spike is he gets pretty insecure. Obviously loud noises with how small he is can be overwhelming. So just building a lot of confidence in the tasks he is doing, showing him that, hey, as long as you're in heel position, you're safe with me. I got your back. So that's something we worked on quite a bit with him. As well as just the general puppy skills like potty training, exposure, socializing with people. No, heel. I think my cameraman's scaring Spike over here. But those are all distractions we're working through as well. Spike. Good. And you can see we've gotten to the point where I don't need to reward him so frequently. I'm just occasionally offering guidance with the leash because Spike understands whenever this leash gives him some kind of pressure, it's pressure to ease into it. Spike, heel. No, heel. Good. So I'm going to come to a stop here. Spike, heel, and then we'll turn around. No, heel. You can see he also puts the brakes on when I say no, because he understands no means he needs to slow down and also get back into position. So that's something we've been working on quite a bit.
Alright, so there we just finished up watching kind of what Spike looked like at the end of his 3-week board and train with us. And here we're transitioning into some of our other content. So here what we have is, this is Spike's go home lesson. This is where we transfer everything back over to the owners. So what you're seeing here first is just us going over the introductory greeting. As you can see, it took Spike a minute to recognize his owner, but then once the smell kicked in, he got all excited and he understood who it was. But this is one thing we use Place for quite a bit. It's a way that we can introduce our greetings in a positive manner, teach the dog not to jump, not to react, not to go crazy too much, and to have some easier level of composure whenever they do get too overexcited. From here, what we do is we bridge into some other things. So what we're going to see here in a second is we're going to see Anna kind of demonstrating some of where Spike's at the moment in time during his go home lesson. That way his owners can get some hands-on visual experience as far as seeing exactly what it should look like before we pass the leash over to them. There, as you can see, Spike did really well, so Anna decided to go ahead and reward him on the disconnect so that he didn't have any incentive to want to follow his owners as he kind of disconnected from there. Now here's where we're getting into Anna heeling around to Spike, kind of demonstrating where he's at. There you saw him get a little excited and try to go greet his owners while he should have been heeling instead, but he was easily redirectable right back into the position they should be in. And here she is just demonstrating the heeling, kind of going over some of the mechanics, talking to the owners as far as what they should be doing and how they can do it. And here's Spike actually heeling with his owner for the very first time. So here's the first time that Spike's owner actually gets to heel with him. As you can see, there might be a couple of hiccups along the way, but that's what the go home lesson's for. The go home lesson's to instruct both the owners and the dog on how to kind of cohesively mesh together and to know exactly where they're at in the process with all their different commands and things like that. Spike completed our 3-week board and train, which is our on-leash board and train. So one of the big things we really focus on with that is healing. So that's what we're seeing here is Anna helping his owners learn how to heel specifically with Spike, his pros and cons, what he's really good at, what he might struggle with. That way they understand how to go home and apply it to their future with Spike as they're going on walks, going through parks, things like that. Now at this point, what we're seeing here is we're practicing some recall as well. So that's one thing Spike really struggled with in the beginning, is he never really wanted to come back whenever he was called. So here Anna's taunting him some treats to kind of keep him incentivized away from the owners. And as you can see, he's ready to run away from the treats and go right back to the owners.
Spike,
Now here, this is a look into how Spike got to where he ended up getting to. So up until now, that's all stuff that was at the end of the board and train. Now we're kind of going in reverse order, and here's some stuff during his board and train. So one thing we like to do with a lot of our dogs during the board and train process is take them out to public events, take them out for public exposure. Spike initially, as you heard from the very first clip when Anna was talking, he was initially really nervous of certain things, or he'd get really overexcited of other things. So here we are at the farmer's market down in Peoria, teaching him how to remain composed, learning how to heal around all these high-level distractions and all those different kind of things, and teaching him how to just stick with his owners or stick with the handler, whoever has the leash at the moment, as they go through different stresses. Here, we're working on generalizing place of Spike as well, so we found this sewer drain that we were able to put him on. That way he can help generalize and kind of focus on the environment without being overwhelmed or overexcited or nervous. And as you can see, there's a lot of people, a lot of different dogs, a lot of different things going on, and he's doing really well at handling these distractions. Obviously, this was during his training phase, so he wasn't fully trained at this point. This is kind of how we got him there, and we always like to incorporate that in here as well. Sometimes during board and trains, people are a little nervous to trust other people with their dog, rightfully so. So we always like to show how we get to where we get to with dogs. That way no one has to be worried about sending their dog to us, and they can actually see every step along the way. That's one thing we always do with a lot of our board and trains, is we always send video updates throughout the process as well, to make sure the handlers and the owners get to see how their dog's learning what they're learning, as well as where they're at every step of the way. So that way whenever we do have that go home lesson that you guys saw there in the very beginning, it's not super overwhelming. You kind of have a good idea of what you should expect and what your dog should be doing, and it's more or less just going and making sure that you're able to apply it to a real practical situation, and that's what we're there to help out with. So here, this is when we are heading out of the farmer's market. As you can see, now that Spike's been warmed up, he's practiced. We got through some training there with him. He's doing a lot better with his healing on the way out than he was on the way in, because he's had time to desensitize the environment, understand kind of what we're looking for him to do, and he's had some good reps with it. So this is just us heading back to the car. As you can see, there's still lots of people, lots of cars, lots of distractions, and he's doing really well with sticking with Anna and not trying to lead too far ahead or getting too scared or distracted and kind of making his way off.
Don't drown him.
Lastly, just like usual here, this is just a lot of photos from his stay. One of the big things we always work on with dogs during their board and train is seeing other dogs. So here he is with a service dog, Augie. Here he is with a different dog that was doing a board and train, Luna, as well as just going through some of the other process. Spike was super fun to work with, and he's obviously a super cute dog. So we can't wait for our next one, and stay tuned.